Hi guys, so Jason from JVA Carpy Adventures, and you joined me on this May bank holiday weekend at a brand new venue I've never been to before, Doddington Lane Pits up in Doddington, so Northampton area. So this week I'm actually going to be joined with my best mate Matt. We don't get out too often, so this is our first session of this year. Really excited. We've got on to pit 1, which is one of their sort of Runswater sort of lakes, if you like, as opposed to Moon Lake, which is like a 50-acre huge pit. And we're in swim 2. So I've got nothing set up, but I thought I'd quickly show you the swim before I start doing anything. The sun has come out, hence I've got the old cap on. Still a bit breezy, but it's going to be pleasant. So really looking forward to this one, guys. But for now, let's just roll that intro. Alright guys, just to let you know, there is a house pellet and boilie that is used here. They do feed it here, so it made sense for me and Matt to stock up on what they've got. So we've got some wafters, some boilies and 3 bags of pellet. Alright guys, so just want to give you a bit of a view of the swim. Like I said, I am swim 2, which is middle of the lake, and there's a nice bit of water. It's about 4 acres, this lake. Apologise in advance for the wind noise. You're probably going to get it for most of this session, I'm guessing, but at least it's bright and currently not raining. So look at the size of that swim, guys. Obviously nothing set up, only just got here, but that is looking good. Now bailiffs had advised we go to side margins and far margins, so fortunately I've got the bait boat and that would be the plan. Let's get set up. Alright guys, so the rods are out. We haven't been quicker, if I'm honest. It's 1:45, so been here from probably about 10:15. Takes a while to get through all the gates and all here. A little bit of a trek, but you can park directly next to your swim, which is obviously really good when you've got to lug a load of gear. So really good start. Now we have been advised to go to the far margin, as I said earlier, and the close margin. I have spent a bit of time, quite a bit of time actually, with the deeper out and the bait boat to have a look what's out there. Now it is a bowl. There's kind of a bit that sits at about 25 foot and then it drops again to about 32 foot is what I could see. But that's not where I've gone. I've gone over to the far margin as advertised by the bailiff for 2 spots. One of them's about 3.5 foot, the other's about 7 foot. I'm going to show you on the camera now on the map from the deeper. So they look quite nice, and then I've gone to a little margin spot close in. Now like I said, I have got Matt with me at the minute. Neither of us are set up, so we're going to go get our bivvies set up. We've got our rods in for now. We're going to get our bivvies set up and we'll have a chat to you again later. But before I do that, I thought I'd just show you where the spots are. Alright guys, so firstly let me know, there is a chance that Matt's getting wet on this session because he seems his PB's like £20. No, I'm only joking guys, we don't do that. Right, so just to let you know where the rods are. My first rod is literally on a squid pink pop-up, as we've been told by one of the guys here that pink's been doing well. I was advised also by the bailiff when I spoke to him during the week that pink and white do quite well, but the guys that have actually on the lakes at the minute have been catching on pink. So I've put 2 of my rods on pink rather than the black wafters that we bought and thought we were going to use, but may use them later. So the first one is actually just a signature squid. It's a wafter, but on the turbo German ring I've got, it sits like a Ronnie rig. Sorry guys, I'm just going to straighten the horizon for you a bit. So it sits like a Ronnie rig, and I'm proper happy with how that's sitting. If a fish picks it up, that's getting hooked straight away, no doubt about it. So I've gone over to the far margin, guys. You're going to have to forgive me pointing, but I'm only doing this roughly. I will show you on the map. So far margin here for the first one. The second one, it is one of those dark wafters topped with a pink, and so snowman style, and that's over here guys. My last one I'm going to have to zoom all the way out for, guys, because I have actually might have to move the camera as well a bit. Just gone down to this margin right in front of us here, guys. So I'm literally just in here, there's a little bit branch in front, so I'm probably just in front of it. Happy days. That's a solid PVA bag on a yellow wafter for now. I kind of made up my PVA bags before I come. A couple have pop-up corning which are not allowed here, so I won't be using, but a couple are also yellow wafters, so I'll get them used, and I may be changing them over to pink, white, or even their wafter that they've got here, because I still think that's going to work on the day. So that's where we are for nearly 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon. It's crazy as well, guys, because it's a bank holiday weekend this weekend, and me and Matt out for the first time this year. Bit of a precursor to our France trip, guys, which we will let you know is going to be at the Val d'Or in France in September. So make sure you stay tuned to the channel, because that is going to be coming your way, and that should be a great one. A full week, me and Matt in France. Happy days. Alright guys, just thought I'd give you a little walk around our swim on Saturday evening, about 5 o'clock. We've all got our rods out for the evening. I think Matt's probably going to redo a couple of them, maybe with a bit more bait. But I just want to show you, firstly, you can literally park your car right next to your swim. So, fantastic. The room you get is huge. So there's loads of room for 2 bivvies. Obviously got the old cradle there, tripod. Rods are there, bait boat's there, we've been using it. Bivvy is mostly all set up. The old Questifier Mark II with the overwrap. As you know, I absolutely love this, even for summer use, guys, because it gives you much bigger area. Really, really good. And then we've got Matt over there. Oh, he'll have to introduce himself later. Alright guys, so just to give you a bit of an update, Saturday evening, where the rods are going to be for the night, I have changed position A slightly, just to bring it out from the margin where it was tight, but now I'm about 2 rod lengths out. Matt did a lap of the lake earlier to go and have a look for his spots, and probably suggested moving a little bit further out, so that's what I've done for tonight on one of the rods. But point B is again tight to the margin. Point C I haven't used today, guys. It is on a 25-foot plateau or shelf, if you like. I might go there tomorrow, but for today we've been advised to far margin and near margin, so that's what we've done. And obviously the last rod is on point D, which at the minute is a yellow wafter. May change that or may not, but let's show you roughly where they are, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna have to zoom in, and unfortunately that's as much as I can zoom in on this lens, so forgive the finger, but we're here on the first rod, there on the second rod, and then if I just zoom out and show you our little margin down here, and then I'm under the tree here. So for Saturday night, so used to saying Friday night, but for Saturday night, which is our first night here, that's where the rods are going to stay until I either have a bite or it's tomorrow morning. Fingers crossed I can bring you a bite from either me or Matt tonight, guys. We are told that when it gets dark here, you do tend to see the fish show, so eagerly awaiting that. Hopefully if we're on the wrong spots, then we'll probably move tomorrow, if not tonight. Thanks for watching, guys. Morning, guys. So about 5:20 Sunday morning, a bit confused with the days, but Sunday morning, and neither me or Matt has had any of our rods go off. In fact, nobody on the lake since we've been here has caught. So in one way it doesn't discourage me that much that we're doing something really wrong, but all of yesterday we didn't get to see a single fish at all. So that was a little bit worrying, I'd say. And last night, I think into the night, one sort of boshed out middle of the lake, which we've been advised is not where to go, because it's like between 25 and 30 foot. So we didn't. None of our rods were in the middle of the lake last night. And then I had a couple liners during the night, but only liners. And that'll mainly be because I've backleaded my rods, and 2 of the rods are on the far margin, and it's a bowl, so I'm definitely going to have some of my line up in the water, and you're going to get liners. So that's that. Now, since last night I have heard a couple fish, and to me they didn't seem that far out, and then about 20 minutes ago I heard another one bosh jumped up to make sure, or jumped up to try and catch where it was, and it was actually in the next swim up water, but again it was maybe 1/3 of the way across, so not far out from this side. So I'll be honest, from what I've heard, I haven't, you know, that one I did see where it came from, because you could see where the ripples were emanating from, so I could see where that one came from. The other two I heard last night, all were in closer. Now that's not to say that they weren't boshing over the other side all night, and maybe I couldn't hear all the way over there. I don't know, to be exact, but of yet I haven't seen anything on that far margin, which is where I've got 2 rods at the minute, and Matt's got 2 rods over there as well, so I haven't seen anything over there at the minute. I have heard quite a bit of activity in the last hour. Now it's definitely the time to be watching the water. As you see, I look like I'm quite wrapped up. It's cold at the minute, guys. It's like 5 degrees at the minute. There's a mist all over the water, obviously difference in temperature between the water temperature and the air temperature, so you've got a mist over the water, and yeah, it's a bit cold at the minute, guys. I won't deny it. Which never really helps when you get, you know, a really lovely warm day and then a chill on during the night. But it's a big old lake, very big old deep lake, so it's not like it's going to have it shouldn't have a massive effect. You know, if it's been warming up all day with the sun, and it was hot yesterday, like up to 18 degrees yesterday. I think it's going to get up to 17 or 18 degrees again today. So it's crazy when it goes down to like 4 degrees during the night. Alright guys, well that's definitely time for me to have a coffee, sit and watch my water in front of me, pray to them carp gods that something jumps out in my area, that I can have a good idea of what to go at. If not, I've kind of got to stick with the bailiff's advice. Well, I definitely am moving one of my rods, because I definitely know 1/3 of the way out I've probably heard 2 fish, because it sounds about that sort of distance, and I have seen 1. So one of those far margin rods, or maybe even my close margin rod, is definitely going to be moved today. So that's where I'm at for now. I'm going to make a coffee just to warm me up, because that's just a bit frigging cold at the minute, guys. So I'm going to have a coffee, warm myself up. If I get too cold, I'll go back to the van and grab out the old jacket. But yeah, it definitely feels a little bit nippy this morning, guys, I've got to be honest. Thank you for watching. Hopefully I can bring you some fish today, guys. Really praying for that. And get back to you later. Hi guys, so just to give you a bit of a Sunday afternoon update, it's about 12 o'clock. All 3 of the rods have gone out again now, so I'll let you know what's on what and where. So my right hand rod has gone out on a snowman rig with a pink bottom and a white topper, and that's over towards this bay here, about a rod length out. The second rod, I've actually decided to go for the black wafters that match the hatch here, and I've actually gone a bit more mid-water, so mid-channel out to here. And the third rod is on the edge of my boundaries, which is over here, about a rod length out from the margin again, and that is on a pink OG fish wafter in a solid PVA bag. So hopefully, fingers crossed, either me or Matt can get a fish for you today, otherwise this is going to be one quiet vlog. Fingers crossed guys, thanks for watching. Afternoon guys, so it's just gone 4 o'clock and I just thought I'd give you a bit of an update since I have just redone one of my rods. So my left hand rod I redid early because I did see a fish show that had a pink wafter in that hasn't done anything, so I've brought that in. I've changed it for one of my yellow wafters, which obviously I have a lot of faith in my yellow, and that's gone back out. Rather than pointing everything guys, I'm just going to show you a map. I've gone to points A, B, C on this. I was going to say D. I've gone to points A, B and C on this guys. Now the first two are exactly the same as they were earlier, so I've got a snowman on one and a black match the hatch wafter on the other. All I have also just done now is put the bait boat out with a little bit of top up bait, let it go to the same spots already saved on the autopilot and drop them. So I haven't brought the rigs in or anything like that. There's no point. I'm confident enough in the rigs. They're already out in the right spots. The ND Bait Boat 2 gets to the right spots pretty darn accurately enough for me to be confident, especially when it's dropping in the middle of the lake. Is like 25 foot of water there, so it's just going to get a really nice spread of bait on that patch. So I'm happy with it, guys. So there is meant to be rain coming in within a few hours, so I don't know how much filming we'll get outside, but fingers crossed. Me and Matt haven't had a fish yet, so we're both really hopeful. The other thing that's slightly worrying, I will tell you guys now, is that actually we haven't seen anything today at all. I saw 2 shows this morning. That was early in the morning, sort of between 5 o'clock and 6:30. I heard a couple bash out last night, but for the daytime I haven't seen anything at all. So yeah, you would expect, particularly with the weather being quite nice, that you'd have some, but we haven't seen anything to go at. So we're kind of baiting the spots and hoping that the fish come to us. Hopefully, guys, I can give you a fish update at some point before the morning. Obviously we have to be off by 10 o'clock, so yeah, fingers crossed. Like I said, we've got a good few hours of rain coming in later. It's not heavy rain, unfortunately, because I think that would have been to our advantage, but it may liven it up a little. Also, if the sky gets a bit duller, that might also liven it up a little. So fingers crossed for fish later, guys. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I can give you an update later. Morning, guys. So about 5:15, bank holiday Monday morning, and yeah, that lack of footage once again means neither me or Matt has had a fish. Neither has the other 2, well, 4 swims really. 2 swims either side of us. No one's had any fish from there either. So again, no fish out since we've been here on this lake. And this is meant to be their runs water. So a little disappointed, to say the least, guys. But I will say, yesterday morning, whilst up at this time and up to about 7 o'clock is mainly when I saw the most fish. I actually saw 2 fish, which obviously doesn't sound a lot, but I found 2 fish within that time, one in front of Matt's area and one where I've got one of my rods at the minute over towards the marker for the edge of my swim. So with about 4 hours left, I am praying to those carp gods that I can get a bite, because it's been barren. And even all day yesterday, I think we maybe saw, well, Matt saw, I didn't see him because I had the bivvy covering me, but yeah, Matt saw 2 fish down in the far corner in front of peg 3, but that's it. Nothing to go at all. So yeah, it's been really hard going, guys. Definitely not what I'd consider a runs water, which is how they've labelled it. So yeah, I can't say my first time to Doddington has gone great. The lake is lovely, the swims are fantastic. They've obviously put a lot of money into the place because there's a otter fence around, they've got gates up. I wish they would have done something better with their toilets. It's literally a hut with a raised platform, a seat, and that's it. There is no flush facilities. I'm guessing there's no water out to where they are, out in a big field, just in a nice ripple where my rod in the middle is. So yeah, I haven't looked at their showers or anything like that, to be fair, guys, but the toilet huts they've got, I wouldn't use it. It's that simple. They could do with improving them, I believe, but I don't know what options they've got without the water, so that might be why they're limited. So just be wary of that. Fortunately, obviously, I carry one of those portable loos if I need it, so I'm not that bothered about it, but it would be a consideration if you're coming here for the first time, guys, so it's worth knowing. Also, you can drive to the swims, which is fantastic. I mean, there's nothing better than being able to have your vehicle right next to your swim, loading, offloading. If you've forgotten anything, or you don't have to go back to the vehicle, it's like at the top of your swim. It's fantastic. So that's another really good point here.
I wasn't allowed to get the drone up, but I am going to try and get some footage of them to try and show you the lake, so that might be good. Fingers crossed I might be able to get a hold of that. And even though it's a separate review, I have been trying out another self-inflating mat this weekend, and it's a good one. It's a keeper for sure, so that'd be good. You have to check out the vlog for the review on that, guys. I am going to make myself a coffee, watch the water more, and pray like anything that the rods go off. It's definitely been hard going. So, thank you for watching, guys. Really apologise we haven't been able to bring you bundles of fish. Normally when me and Matt are together we normally have a good amount of fish between us, to be fair. So yeah, we're both a little bit disappointed at the minute, but like I said, there's about 4 hours left before we've got to pack off. We've got to be off by 10 o'clock. So I've got those fingers crossed and I'm really praying. Catch up with you before I leave, guys. Hi guys, so bank holiday Monday, about 7:30. We're going to be leaving within a couple of hours. I've still got the bivvy up, rods in, all that sort of thing, bed chairs still in there. So going to finish getting most of my stuff back into the van before I leave the rods for the last half an hour. So I thought I'd do a closure now, guys. So firstly, sorry I've not been able to bring you any fish. Me and Matt have had a hard session this time. It's not been what we hoped. You know, sold as a runs water, and it really isn't that. We haven't seen anyone else whilst we've been here have a fish out on this lake, but we do know on pit 2 fish have been coming out. They've also been showing, they've been topping in the hot, you know, the nice weather we've been having. People have been seeing loads of fish cruising around, and we didn't have any of that on this lake whatsoever. So a little bit disappointed, but I think we're going to give it another try next year, guys, probably around the same sort of time, but this time head for pit 2. We'll see how it goes. We've still got a couple of hours, guys, so if we do get any fish, we'll be sure to let you know. Obviously you can see the old fishmobiles in the background with doors open, so I'm going to start getting stuff in there. So thank you very, very much for watching. Now guys, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I post every single Friday at 6:30, be it a vlog, a review, bait making, something like that, guys. And me and Matt have got a France trip coming up later this year, so that'll be a good one to watch. If you've enjoyed this fishless video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to be notified of future posts, like I said, I post every single Friday at 6:30, hit that notification. Only leaves me to say, stay safe, stay fishing. I'll see you in the next vlog.